This is going to be a hot take, but I think that you guys need to start comparing the pricing of your vintage items that you're buying from resellers to new items instead of thrift store items. I genuinely feel like the future of fashion is vintage, and I think that vintage items are higher quality. I am not a thrift store, and I don't offer thrift store pricing. I think that when it comes to Coach bags specifically, that I have a level of experience and expertise that is valuable. And I certainly always try to give you guys a good deal, but I do feel like I want to be compensated for my time, because if not, why would I do this? I'm offering a super unique experience where you can come and shop vintage Coach in person. And we're not talking about like a few vintage Coach bags. I'm talking about hundreds of vintage Coach bags. So I think that's pretty amazing, and I think it's something that's worth paying for, which is why I charge accordingly for my bags. Anybody who has bought my bags or shopped the event can tell you that our prices are great. For the most part, they're going to be cheaper than what you'd find online. If you want to go to a thrift store or multiple thrift stores every day or multiple times a week and spend hours and hours and hours of your time digging for Coach bags in hopes that you find the bag you're looking for, I really encourage you to do that. It's okay if something isn't for you. Like, it's okay if you don't want to wait in line to shop Coach bags in person. It's okay if you would rather shop from the comfort of your couch. I get it. If you compare our pricing to a new Coach bag, you're gonna have something that is a fraction of the price, that is authentic, and that is much less expensive. The bags that I am selling are gonna last you longer than the new Coach bags. And that's just a reality. And they're literally, 10, 20, maybe 30% of the price. And to me, I like the styles more. And that's why I sell vintage Coach, because I love it. So yeah, I do think our prices are fair. And if you want to shop at a thrift store, I encourage you to do so. You can certainly find vintage clothing and vintage Coach at a thrift store. It's just going to take a lot of time and effort, and that's not everybody's thing. What I'm offering is a curated collection of vintage Coach bags that have been authenticated and are good quality and will last you a lifetime, and I charge for that. I really think that vintage resellers who have any kind of expertise in a specific niche of vintage clothing are going to be invaluable to the future of fashion as a whole, not just the reseller market. We have already seen brands like Coach try to take advantage of the hype around vintage goods and reselling their own bags after rehabbing them and reworking them. Vintage fashion is here to stay, and I think it's okay that resellers are capitalizing on something that is ultimately not only better for fashion as a whole, because like I said, I think you're going to get more high quality products, but it's also better for the environment. So I don't feel guilty about charging the prices that I charge for the items that I sell.